Hi, and welcome back to I'm a Happy Enchilada. And if it's your first time with us, thanks for tuning us in. I'm Don Culver, and I'll be your host. And before we get started on today's episode, I want to take a moment to celebrate a recent milestone, and that being our 4th anniversary of the launch of I'm a Happy Enchilada. It was in September of 2020. It would have been great if we could have had a proper celebration and made some buzz online about it, but as usual, my plate is full to overflowing and shows few signs of slowing down in the near future. Maybe, unfortunately, I see so much opportunity all around me, and I find it very difficult to absolutely impossible to not jump in to these great opportunities for helping others, as well as growth, profit, self-fulfillment, and the absolute joy of living a full speed ahead life here, in spite of being in my 4th quarter of life. 80's right around the corner for me, and it'll be my most prolific, successful, and exciting decade of my life. I believe that. Well, I have something else to share with you, but I think I'll save it for next week, or something like that. I've taken up too much time already, so let's get going with our topic, okay? Now, I'm on fire for our episode for this week. It's the consequences of assuming things. And hang on, because you're going to love it. Assuming is something we all have done to one degree or another, every one of us every day. So first, what happens when we assume things? Well, we assume things in an attempt to outsmart a situation or person to keep us from getting hurt. The thing about assumptions is this: the world is only happening through a series of perceptions. We never see the world as it truly is. We can only see it through the lens of our own eyes, hearts, and minds. Ooh, that's getting right to the heart of it, right? And next, what are the consequences of assuming, you may wonder? Well, assumptions can lead to biases and stereotypes. When people assume things about others based on their background, appearance, or other factors, it can perpetuate discrimination and missed opportunities. What is the danger of assuming? Well, making assumptions is a common human tendency, but it can be dangerous in many situations. When you assume, you impart your own perspective, motivations, and values upon a situation. If you're not careful, you can distort your perception of reality, which can lead to irrational decisions. So assumption is generally discouraged, and as the saying goes, when you assume, you make an ass of you and me, or worse. You can make wrong decisions that will impact your life, career, and reputation, and that's because these assumptions create misunderstandings, break trust-building efforts, and provide fertile ground for negative emotions. And here's some toxic assumptions you might recognize in your own life. Believing you're being cheated on. Yeah. Believing people are always trying to get money out of you. And believing you are not being appreciated enough. Yep. Now, when we assume, it can have some negative effects, such as creating unnecessary stress, wasting time and energy, creating misunderstandings, missing out on opportunities, and creating self-doubt. Now, I'm assuming you get it now when it comes to assuming. Yes? Well, me too. As they say, humans have a tendency to assume things, but I think it's reasonable to maybe put a assumption warning thought and awareness filter in our brain to rein in and call out some of our erroneous assumptions as we continue along through life, and not let assumptions be in charge of making any more decisions in our lives based on some half-assed thoughts that wandered into our heads. Now, I only found a few suggestions for helping with one's assumptions, surprisingly enough, but here's a few suggestions for slowing things down a little. Ask, don't assume. Respond, avoid reacting. Reconsider, think about it. Decide to see positive intentions and shift from expectation to shared understanding. Well done. Well, that's all I've got. So until next time, God bless and be a happy enchilada. Bye.